Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, breaking down the Toronto Raptors 114-82 victory over the Utah Jazz in their first game of preseason. Folks, the Raptors are back, and they look better than ever, and I don't know, this season has me more excited than most. I'm excited for the chats to be back, I'm excited for the games to be back, the new setup, everything rocking, and this Raptors team, I know there's going to be overreactions to preseason games. That happens every single year, year in, year out. But this team looks confident. This team looks deep. Dare I say deep, considering how, not strong our bench was last season. But anything from this game that we can take away all seems positive. So we're going to dive into everything in this video. I'm excited to see the chat, everything back and rocking. But the first thing that I want to discuss, the first thing I sort of want to talk about is, the starters, as with most preseason games that start off the year, right, the starters don't get a lot of run. They played a lot in the first half. The second half, we saw Nick Nurse mostly go to the bench guys, the guys that are competing for roster spots. And the roster spots are going to be an interesting aspect of discussion over the course of preseasons. But firstly, I just want to run through our starters, the guys that are really going to be getting the minutes over the course of this year's season. And, there's no better way to talk about, our top guys, our top performing players, than giving out an award that is, the criteria is fluid in terms of how it's delivered. And tonight, we got to get a drum roll going. We need to get a drum roll for the Fluid Criteria Award of the Scotty Barnes Award. And that's right, our first award of the season, the Scotty Barnes Award, and it's going to none other than Scotty Barnes himself, who came out in this one, firstly, looking big. The pictures we've seen, the looks of him at the Rico Hines runs, he is looking swole, right? Scotty Barnes is out here looking swole, and on the first possession of this game, or the first possession we see him getting to rock out, getting him to play, then we got Marcel's giving a super chat. I'm diving into it, Marcel. One sec. But Scotty Barnes, I'm giving out this award. Came in with a little Kobe-esque post fade. Marcel, I'm trying to wait for people to come in. We got 113 viewers in here at this point. It may as well be a good enough time to show it. But folks, the true maybe the Scotty Barnes Award, the first one of the season's going to none other than our guy Marcel, who is coming in hot with the super chat. And is saying it's coming in with probably the biggest gift for us, for the community, for everyone. And it's this thing right here. Marcel's got a Raptors Digest tattoo on the calf, and it's looking fire. It's looking fire right on that calf there. You can see the logo. We got that on the screen. Everyone throw a W in the chat for Marcel Martin for getting the calf tattoo. And out here, breaking down, people are speculating on where Riker is. We'll break down where Riker's at in a few coming vids. Don't you guys worry about that. But show some love to Marcel Martin's fire tattoo, because he's all in for this season. And Marcel's been killing it with me over on Courtside Digest for covering all the NBA news. But gotta have the W's for the Toronto Raptors Maple Leaf, getting thrown on the squad. And Harrison says he's next for the Raptors Digest tattoo. Well, honestly, folks, if you want to get on the vid, you don't necessarily have to get a tattoo, but if you do, I'll definitely be posting it. And we got off the rails a little bit early in this one, but shout out Marcel's tattoo. I'm gonna be pulling that up too as the podcasts go along, right? We get a few more viewers in here so we can show that off to everyone. But I'm just excited to be back in the chats talking to everyone about this game. But there's not a bunch of takeaways from our starters. Dante saying in the chat, Pascal sucked. I thought he was running the floor all right. Missed most of his threes, went 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. But 3 of 9 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 points. No big stat lines from any of our top guys in this one, with the exception of Gary Trent Jr., 9 points in 18 minutes, knocked down 2 threes. Did his thing. Fred VanVleet, 3 points in 10 minutes. Scotty Barnes, 8 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Helping out whoever has him on his fantasy team, I guess, for preseason fantasy rosters. And OG Anunoby with 5 points, 2 rebounds, an assist. I don't want to be gassing up the handle a little too much just early in the year. But the starters, that's not going to be the huge topic of discussion in this one. And it's really going to be the bench unit, because Nick Nurse came out, took everyone out of the Nick Nursery, and we saw the entire bench come in and get some minutes for this entire game. And the first two are guys that are actually going to be in our rotation. And folks, get the propaganda drumming. Get it rocking out, because Precious Achiuwa, this man is legit. He picked right up where he left off in the playoffs last season, where he was going toe-to-toe with Joel Embiid, and tonight was running the lanes. His handle looks a little bit tighter, not to, spew what I was saying about OG at the start of last season, but he was making some really clean drives, going straight to the rim, finishing through contact, knocked down a contested three as well. Only 15 minutes for Precious, 10 points, 5 rebounds, doing his thing, only have 1 turnover, and that's what you like to see. That's what you like to see from the squad. I gotta get the chat pulled up. But man, Precious is balling, and also Chris Boucher. Trey Boucher, the highest plus minus for the team, or at least from our rotation players, actually from the entire team, had 11 points, 10 rebounds in 14 minutes. Boucher's out here getting 10 rebounds in 14 minutes, hustling, showing that even though we got more depth at the big man position, there's no way he's going to be moved to the back with his new contract. He's not relaxing. He's not chilling with that new deal. He's coming in energized, ready to go. And out of the core 7, I'd like to see what the chat has to say about who their favorites were. If they picked up on anything tight in terms of new additions to the game. We're not going to see how these guys are properly flowing, how well they're moving, the new things added to the bag, until they get a little bit more time to work it out. And we're not playing a team as not strong as the Utah Jazz. I don't want to say trash just yet. You never know what's on the go. You never know what's going to happen with the squads. But those are the main guys. Those are the top 7 in the rotation. We did not have Otto Porter in this game. So he is another guy that's going to be our top 8. Didn't get any run in this one. We also didn't see any Justin Champagnie, who's a guy fighting for a roster spot right now. And folks, you guys saw it in the title. There's a guy on this bench that really caught my eye in terms of a player that I think is going to be fighting now for an actual roster spot. Made a video about how Nick Nurse discussed how there's 4 guys really fighting for 2 roster spots at this point, and it's Delano Banton, Justin Champagnie, DJ Wilson, as well as Josh Jackson. So currently, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Bo Cruz is locked in. He's on a guaranteed contract, and I thought he looked pretty well, even though he only made 1 of 3 of his 3-point shots. But I thought Juancho looked solid in this game. Malachi Flynn is also a guy that's locked in. I know a lot of people were calling for him to maybe get waived or anything like that. He was really looked solid in this one. Knocked down 2 of his threes. I thought he didn't force anything. Was a strong decision maker. Ran a couple pick and rolls, which we don't usually see a lot of from this Raptor squad. Him and Koloko had a nice little chemistry going there at times. But Josh Jackson, guys. We were all sleeping on Josh Jackson ever since he was the last guy to be signed, last guy brought into this group. But he had 10 points in this game, 4 or 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. But that's not really what is getting me going. The box score, what he's putting up, even though it's a solid box score for 13, 15 minutes of action, efficient shooting and all that sort of stuff. This dude just looks smooth as heck with the basketball, right? These guys that are 3-and-D that sort of don't pan out in the NBA, use a top 4 pick with all the talent. It's usually because they can't really put it all together, right? They can knock down the long balls, but they can play defense. But sometimes we see this with OG Anunoby, even though OG Anunoby's worlds ahead of Josh Jackson at this point, but the handle just doesn't let the players be able to create and make plays for others. But Josh Jackson came out and was absolutely cooking buys with that handle, was making some nice moves, had it tight, was making great decisions with the basketball. I don't believe he had any turnovers in this game, or had a couple turnovers, but I thought even though he didn't have the box scores and the assist to turnover ratio isn't going to reflect on how well I just thought he commanded the ball when he was on the wing, just slashing, getting to his spots, made a couple middies, made a couple finishes, played elite defense, which he knew he could do coming into the year. And Delano Banton also looks remarkable. I'm going to discuss him as well. As I don't think there's any shot he's going to get cut in the first place. But Champagnie, if he can't get healthy, if he can't show what he can actually provide to this team, even though all of us Raptors fans are really high on him, Josh Jackson might sneak in there, man. And and steal that spot. Not to mention Wilson, who himself had a really, really solid game tonight. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 6 boards, 4 assists, a block, kind of doing everything out there on the court. And those 4 players, that's going to be the real guys to watch it for. Those are the real guys to sort of be breaking down in these games. And people are calling for like spikes. Don't spam the chat, Blue Scout. I appreciate you spamming for the like spikes, but don't steal the flow of the chat or anything like that. But Trickster is saying that it's against the Jazz, who's tanking. Nothing to see here. But this deep bench squad was going up against the Jazz starters, and yes, they're a tanking squad. Yes, they have young players going themselves, but they were going against Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, Lauri Markkanen, Kessler. They have a few guys, the Vandalorian and Jared Vanderbilt, Colin Sexton. Like, they have some players, right? That deep benches might struggle against, and our deep bench came out and showed up. They played really well, and I just want to say, Josh Jackson's been he's going to be balling. He's going to be balling if he continues this level of play. Obviously, you can't overreact to just one game. Don't be surprised if he ends up making the roster. But obviously, Justin Champagne's what we really want to see. Justin Champagne's, we want to see him on the court. We want to see his development. We want to see his growth, especially with those rebounding and how he won over our hearts last season. But one guy that won over our hearts in Raptors Summer League is Jeff Doughton. And even though he used 2 of 6 from the field, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, I know Banton and Flynn, they're above him in the pecking order. Certainly, Jeff Doughton looks really good. He looks shifty. He gets to his spots. He has that floater that he's making in Summer League. He missed an open layup where he absolutely shook. I forget who it was on the Utah Jazz, but made him fall, came down, got the open layup, and the pressure's on. You're in your first ever game with the big squad, with the big team, and missed that spot. The bench was going absolutely nuts when he missed that layup. He shook the guy. The bench was on fire. The crowd was on fire tonight there in Calgary. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So there's too many guys on this team right now that have me excited, that have me juiced. And I know we said this last season, and we were completely wrong. Early kazoos to us last season, this time of year for gassing up our bench. But really, it was Sam Decker and his name always. The other guy that we cut. Live chat, fix me. Who's our big guy that we ended up cutting last season? Those are the 2 guys that excited us, Riker and I, on the last year's live stream pods. But this year, we just have a lot of guys that can pass, dribble, and shoot. Those are 3 essential skills, and play defense to get out there in Nick Nurse's system. That's going to be essential for our team coming into this year and being effective and having a bench that can actually be relied upon if players are injured and all that sort of stuff. So, it's tough to go through 20 guys. I know I'm bouncing around all over. Ishmael Wainwright, Marcel. Thank you. I'm losing my mind. Edmonton, yes. My brain is gone right now. Coached a bunch, played 4 hours of basketball today. Coached 2 more hours. I'm late watching this game, and we here balling out. But Ishmael Wainwright, thank you, Steven. Thank you, everyone. But let's make sure we cover everything, because Juancho looked great. The Bo Cruz, the Cruise Missile. Thaddeus only played 5 minutes. Thad Young, he's our vet, right? He's our vet. We're not worried about how he's performing in preseason at all. We know how he's going to perform for this Raptors team. But one guy that actually really stood out to me, and we'll discuss in the segments, and his field goal, you look at the box score and you say, oh, what a trash game for this dude. 1 for 5 from the field. But Kem Birch, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 1 of 5, missed his 2 threes, but I thought his hustle, his energy, he looked like a guy that was a lot more mobile than the player we saw last season in Kem Birch. I know he was day-to-day. I know he's still dealing with issues, but he got that meniscus fixed up that was bothering him for the entire last season. He was coming in. He was dunking the basketball. He was just moving to the right places and just looked energized. And I like that he's confident in taking that 3-point shot. He felt like he was a presence there on defense. I don't know. I think I like what I saw from Kem Birch. Last season, I always said he'd be a nice backup to have, the ideal backup center to have on an NBA team. I think now with the emergence of Precious Achiuwa, with Chris Boucher there, and even Koloko, who I haven't even talked about, haven't even discussed in this video, Kem Birch is like the ideal insurance big man. He's going to be reliable when he comes in, when he ends up doing his thing, when he ends up, having to be asked for. So obviously injuries are going to happen. When we need Kem Birch to come in, dunk the basketball, run the floor, play some defense, he can do that. And he's proven that in this early season. And I thought he did a solid job in this preseason game tonight. But, yeah, Ron Harper Jr. is out here. Let's see. I see people bringing him up in the chat there. People are gassing me up with the old curls and stuff. But Christian Koloko, guys. He's good. He is good. I said this in Summer League. There's a lot of work to be done with him, especially on the offensive end. Clearly, he's not polished in post moves and, just being able to use his size, use his length to just dunk on people and be an ideal guy in that dunker spot. But, man, he seems to have good basketball instincts on the defensive end. Just knows where to be. Sometimes, you get a rookie center coming in. They struggle just fitting into the defensive systems, even though naturally just with that long wingspan, with that athleticism, you're going to be a presence down there in the paint blocking shots. But I feel like he does a good job at just getting to the right side on help. He got blown by a couple times when he switched out on the perimeter, so that's certainly something the Raptors system going to need to be worked on. I think he got blown by Cody Zeller or Lauri Markkanen, one of these guys. But Koloko, as a rim protector, as a guy in the paint that's going to be swatting shots back, that's going to be throwing, being an intimidating presence down there. That's huge. That is huge for our team because it's something that's been missing the last couple seasons. And Marcel Martin, the legend, killing on Courtside Digest with the Raptors tattoo. Might have to get a Koloko tattoo in the pick and roll because he is godly. I mentioned it when discussing Malachi Flynn. But him and Malachi Flynn had a nice roll going, nice rhythm going there in the pick and rolls. And Flynn is notoriously a guy he's a wizard a maestro in the pick and roll, as his dad says on those Facebook groups. So having an actual big to dive to the rim on those drop offs, I like to see him play with Fred VanVleet as well. That's going to be a huge asset to this squad, especially as he grows as a player. But we're breaking down. We also saw Gabe Brown get his first NBA bucket. Josh Jackson also was being a team player and on a fast break, gave up a completely open layup to give Gabe Brown a dunk, ended up missing it, got fouled. But I appreciate the vets, especially in preseason. You're up by 30 against a tanking Utah Jazz team. Give the young guy a bucket. Alvin Williams kind of roasted him for it until Matt said it was a smart play. But, Gabe Brown missed the dunk. He hit a nice three after, he knocked down those free throws. But Gabe Brown's going to be a nice guy on the 905. I think in the future could be huge. Clemson, people are trashing on Kem Birch. Guys, he's an insurance big man, and he has a nice contract to be traded, right? Some people are saying that he doesn't have trade value. No people are going to be out there trying to acquire Kem Birch. But if you want to acquire another player, send salary back. Kem's a nice contract to match those deals with. But the final player, I know I'm rambling a little bit. We're getting going. We're 20 minutes into this live, but Delano Banton. I said it. I never thought there's a chance he'd get cut, even though Nick Nurse has brought up that he's one of the guys that's on the wire. He doesn't have a guaranteed contract coming into the season. I know the jump shot's not there. I know we got overhyped about Delano Banton at the start of last season. Sure, I don't want to get too carried away. But he looks a lot more under control in the fast break settings. He's making some decent decisions out there. He has only have one assist tonight, but got 2 steals. And just at the guard position with that height and that length, you can just see how he's oozing with potential, right? His speed, his athleticism, it's exactly what people saw out of like a Ben Simmons, out of one of those big athletic guards that even what we're kind of seeing Scotty Barnes light. Right, being able to man the fast break, pass to people, and I don't know. I know he struggles when teams go to zones. I know the Jazz aren't a good squad, but Delano Banton and Malachi Flynn, they're going to be fighting this season for that backup point guard position. Let me know in the comments in the chat who you guys like better than in this game, Delano Banton or Malachi Flynn. But I think I've rambled a bunch. I think I've broke down all the players. I don't want to overreact to too many guys. I've been a little bit disjointed. It's the first live stream, since free agency, so we're keeping it wild. But people of the channel know we got to get to our proper awards. And tonight, the Spicy P Lay of the Day. And there are definitely a lot of moments in this one. But this one, probably, if you caught the game, you definitely, if you're watching the game, you saw it. If you weren't watching the game, you definitely caught the highlights of it, because Fred VanVleet absolutely put on the clamps on Colin Sexton. Now this one's a deep cut, because Fred VanVleet was out there moving his feet up into the stance. Sexton just ended up dribbling the ball out of bounds. Fred was clapping in his face. But if you guys remember a highlight, that's more of a Colin Sexton highlight for like the all NBA fans out there. But Colin Sexton had a moment against the Toronto Raptors where he was going complete bulldog on our squad and just trying to go crazy, trying to get in the heads of Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, all our vets. I think the Cavs might even won that game. Sexton was talking a bunch of smack. And Fred, in the 10 minutes of action, probably told Nick Nurse. He told Nick Nurse and said, let me just clamp this guy once and take me out of the game. He only played 10 minutes in this one. And he got a highlight reel moment, just absolutely suffocating Colin Sexton, trying to dribble around him, could not do it. Fred's looking healthy on that knee, getting a stop there, and getting revenge for Colin Sexton trying to be that bull on him. Let me know in the chat if you guys remember that moment. But people are bringing up Riker. We'll break down the Riker's living on a farm. Riker's going to be doing some live streams from the farm this season. But don't stress about Riker. Don't stress about Riker. He'll be back, and we got some fun things planned. But there's also another moment for this one, and this really got me going. I held it back from talking about Khem Birch. The one bucket he got tonight was randomly him at the three-point line, crossing a guy up, driving the lane, went middle, shot like a weird floater thing that he does, and he was out there looking like a point guard Khem Birch. Now, obviously, we acquired Thaddeus Young last year. Chris Boucher, Precious Achiuwa, they're emerging. We drafted Koloko. There might not be any minutes for Khem Birch at the backup center position. Maybe we just run Khem Birch at point. But that cross he had driving into the lane, hitting that floater, I don't know. You love to see old Khem doing some moves, breaking down the vibes. But not all plays can be this place play of the day, and some just make you say, oh, geez. And tonight, the OG's play of the day. I addressed one of them earlier in the pod, and we have a super chat coming in from Matthew Wilson saying don't sleep on Boucher, and definitely cannot sleep on Boucher. This man was hustling. This man was out there getting boards in this game. 10 rebounds and 14 minutes of action, knocked down a three. Boucher's elite. He's an elite guy coming off the bench. I addressed Jeff Doughton's making a guy fall over and then missing not a jump shot but a layup. You're missing a layup at that point. That's tough, Jeff Doughton. We're juiced. We're hyped for you to ball out. So Doughton's looking good. Our entire squad is looking really, really solid. But the missed dunk by Gabe Brown is definitely one that could be addressed. That could be an OG's moment in there. But there's just a lot of positives, a lot of takeaways. Nothing bad for the Toronto Raptors in this one. The Jazz, there's a lot of OG moments on their squad, but it's more of a golden kazoo, getting thrown out there for the Utah Jazz. And for anyone that watched this game live, anyone that saw, what on earth? Who allowed this Utah Jazz jersey, this kit to get not even produced, not even made the official jersey colorway? Who even allowed this to be drawn on paper? These are by far. There's been some ugly NBA uniforms. Some people don't like the designs of, some people, like the Raptors purple one. Some people say those are super ugly and stuff. Some people love them, but they clash, they're a bit clunky and all that sort of stuff, right? No. I get if you think things are clunky. I get if this is by far the ugliest jersey, the ugliest colorway, the most boring, the most lame design I had ever seen in my life. It's utterly disgusting. It's utterly disgusting. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that in the chat. That's brutal. That is brutal. And a little leg spike going. People are chatting saying in the chat we gotta get a leg spike rocking. But man, that's absolutely ridiculous. Is there Celtics news? Go let me know. Let me know in the chat if there's something that's gone down. I'll address some Woj bombs if something breaks down on this pod. But there's that, and also Colin Sexton coming off the bench. It's an interesting strategy there, Utah. I know, Sexton. It's preseason. Your lineups aren't super addressed, but Malik Beasley 2 of 12 from the field, 1 of 8 from the 3-point line. And Mike Conley, who he is old, man. He is old. You're a young team. You want to get your young bucks some runs. I know we got clamped by Freddie VanVleet, but really taking Colin Sexton off the bench. I know he's coming back from injury. He was the centerpiece. I know the picks were the main part, but he was the centerpiece of your Donovan Mitchell trade. Interesting stuff. But that's that. Yeah, people are also talking about Precious's dunk across the lane. Jason, I should have brought that up in the spicy play of the day, but it was outshined by Kem Birch's handles, crossing people up, doing his thing. But yeah, this is a fun preseason game. Marcel is hey, whoa, we got a super chat coming in from Marcel with shout out to Marcel's dog. But Celtics played the same team we did in the finals and choked. That's facts. That's just facts. That's no Woj bomb. That's old news, Marcel. We know this. The new news surrounding Marcel for people that didn't see. We have more people in the chat here now. Let's see how many we got. Almost close to 300 people in this chat. But everyone throw some W's. Keep throwing the W's in. Marcel Martin got the most fire tattoo a man can get. Man, woman, child can get. Getting your children tattoos. Got the Raptors Digest leaf. On the calf. Throwing some W's for Marcel Martin. Because you love to see that. Love to see that there. But folks, I think it's time to get wild. It's time to get off the rails. I've been Andy's asking Scotty Barnes' performance. Scotty only really played. How many minutes did he play out here? He was playing defense. He looked big in there. 18 minutes, 3 of 5 in the field. It was just all around strong performance from Scotty. I'd like to see him be more aggressive, but honestly, in preseason, we're not seeing Pascals. We're not seeing the Scotties. We're not seeing our top options really going too hard to really create for this team. He was getting some offensive rebounds. He was getting some plays. So it's Scotty's good. Pascal's good. I think Dante was out here trashing Pascal Siakam. So you can't overreact. You can't overreact to anything preseason, especially from the main guys. You're just trying to see how the deep bench players play, so they sort themselves out as guys that can actually be relied upon for this upcoming year. Folks, you guys know what time it is. You guys know what happens at the end of these. We go off the rails a little bit, so it's time to sound off that final alarm. Woo 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 woo. Beep 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 beep. Woo 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 woo. Beep 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 beep. That's right. The final alarm has sounded, and we're gonna be breaking down what you guys have to say in the chat. See how you guys have been doing. I haven't been live here in 3-4 months. I wanna see what you guys have to say. Scooby Doo wants me to sign his Kool-Aid box. I got you. Nameless wants me to date his mother. I got you too, man. I'm already dating her. No, it's all good. But how bad is Otto's injury? Now, Marcel's also given a PSA. Everyone get a Raptors Digest tab. We appreciate everyone that's going out there. It is a fire, regardless of the channel. It's just a cool design. It's one of my coolest graphic designs. Not to gas myself up, but and it's very similar to the Raptors logo too. But Jason's asking how bad is Otto Porter's injury. So they're saying it's definitely going to take some time for him to recover. I don't think we'll see him during preseason, from my understanding, from what I looked at it. Didn't look like a lot of information was revealed. I didn't get to see a full breakdown, but I think the Raptors are going to hold steady on their vet coming in to not rush him back for preseason games. But if he's still out by the end of preseason, we'll see how bad it's going to be rocking. But Ben, can you sign my Kool-Aid box? It would be so cool. I can sign it, man. I got you. The Heat are frauds. I agree, Marcel. Definitely rocking out. And the final alarm blows. Yeah, it's nice to get the two sounds going, rocking out there. But does Riker cut grass good? Fun fact. Riker and I both cut grass for a building. We both worked at the same law firm, and as interns, we cut grass at a building, and I usually did. I used it like a summer job, so all the old people knew who I was. But Riker and I, especially when he had the short hair, similar. Well, I guess I have short hair now too. But Riker and I had very similar haircuts for most of our lives, and people said we were twins. Right? He rocks glasses now too. We've definitely diverged in our own hair and glasses style, I guess. But the old people all thought Riker was me. They'd be mixing us up when Riker would be there a bunch. So, You know, Ray and I are cutting grass left, right, and forward. Left, right, and center. Weird anecdotes coming from the final line, but you love to see it. But can you sign my Ed Sheeran album? That's tough. Come on, Green Man, I don't know. But I need to, I guess, look more like Ed Sheeran with the eyebrows make me have that look. So I gotta cut some of get the jawline more cut to really avoid those Ed Sheeran comparisons. But can you sign my forehead? Hey, guys, if you send me anything to sign, I will gladly sign it. Just don't like cut off a piece of your forehead, and I'll do it when I'm in Toronto next. We'll get that going. I cut grass with scissors. Love that there. But Aiden saying Coloco's the future Gobert, and guys, Rudy Gobert was a late second round pick as well. He was a second round or late first round, second round pick for the Utah Jazz. I think it was late first, but drafted around the similar position of Coloco, similar frame, similar build. Coloco can put on some muscle, get some finishing around the rim. Definitely, I don't see how Gobert is one of the best defenders of all time, so he'll definitely need to, have strong positioning and all that. But there's definitely a high potential for Rudy Gobert. And Nameless, yep, that's what we did. Shout out high school jobs. That's how they go. But nah, bro, Ed Sheeran, I just need to get the Ed Sheeran singing voice. That's what I really need to get. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening on that front. But where do you think the Raptors will stand in the standings this season? Kid Tut, I've said it from the last couple weeks. I made my official prediction, and we'll do a little buy sell. We'll do some stuff before the season begins. But I'm saying top 3 seed this year. Top 3 seed. Top 3 seed without a doubt. That's my take. Not backing off it. I said top 4 last year. I missed it by 1 seed. I'm amping up. I'm up in the ante this year. I'm thinking top 3 is definitely possible. So that's my take on that front. But oh yes, Blue Week. I appreciate you for saying this. Rudy Gobert's Marcel's favorite center. I'm surprised Marcel didn't get a Rudy Gobert tattoo before he got I'm surprised that's not a Rudy Gobert face before he got the Raptor side just leave. But we appreciate it here at the channel. He's such a diehard Rudy Gobert fan. But Blue Week, I appreciate you bringing that up because that's another Golden Kazoo I want to throw out. You guys probably saw me stumbling on my Golden Kazoo, but basically, rarely do I give ever. I don't even know if I've ever given a Golden Kazoo to Masai Ujiri. Maybe a couple gold stars at some points over the course of a 5-year tenure with the Raptors, but never a Golden Kazoo. But the first one is just going to Masai and myself for thinking it's not a horrible move to acquire Talen Horton-Tucker. We've tried to do it multiple times. We tried to do it, and we almost gave up serious pieces, including Kyle Lowry, Chris Boucher, and potential trades to acquire Talen Horton-Tucker, who, my God, he looks bad. He looks out of shape. He's not hitting threes. 1 of 5 from the field. He's on a big contract. Yuck. That's all I have to say about that. That's I know he probably would have developed better because he does have those long arms. He does have that potential in our system, yada, 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 but that's gross. That's gross. If we had to have Talen, we gave up assets for Talen Horton-Tucker, that would have been brutal. Would have been big, brutal moves for this Raptors team. But I mean, chips with the dips. I guess it's worth it. What's that? We would have got a fat haul. What's the chat saying? What's happening? Turtle T saying Raps def playoff bound without a doubt. Turtle, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But East will depend on injuries and COVID. That's what Tom M saying. That's a very essential take, especially in the modern NBA. You need to stay healthy. You need to have your guys. You need to have a deep enough bench to where if guys go out with health and safety protocols, they can come back in and play. Can come in, be energized, and all that sort of stuff. So, and play there. Said we got fat Marc Gasol. What? Marc Gasol won us a chip. Yeah, that's okay. That's where I see you. Green Man Lil. I got you. But also, you guys like the little banners we got going. The Leafs Digest and Jays Digest, they're popping off. The Jays are about to play in the playoffs, so definitely subscribe to the channel. They got some fun stuff on the way. But LiAngelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Is LiAngelo considered Rookie of the Year? Is that true? I don't know. It's can he be a rookie? I guess he's a rookie. I guess he's a rookie. I haven't seen how he played in his first game. But yeah, and I agree, PK. That's he'll develop better if he's with us. Scooby-Doo saying if you get 30 subs by the end of the year, you have to get a bowl cut. folks, I kind of had a bowl cut there for a little while during COVID. There wasn't many digest videos going out because the basketball wasn't being played, but all those luscious locks you got, and we didn't even have cameras at that point. We were just going with the GIF loop, but all the luscious locks you saw last season, that had a very ugly middle part. So it's all puffy and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if I can bring back the bowl cut, but I'll definitely do something wild for 30k subs. We gotta get to 26,000 subscribers first. So definitely, if you're watching this vid and you want to stay up to date on all the Raptors news, definitely subscribe to the channel. Helps us out big time. But I also want to throw it while we're chatting and stuff. While we got people in the chat, what are you guys' thoughts on the news video style? Right, we haven't first summer we really rocked out with it, sort of covering everything surrounding the Toronto Raptors. Obviously, in previous years we'd make whole videos on just topics, and then we'd end up rambling for a little bit. But obviously the rambling's more suited for the live stream environment because we can talk to you guys, we can get more banter. It's less, has to be less structured. But what are you guys' thoughts on the chaptered segments? Because we got that going for the courtside digest, we got it going for the Raptors digest. I'd like to hear some feedback from folks. The Oliver Tree bowl cut, that's wild. But a logical Raptors fanatic is saying that salute Ben and everyone. Salute to everyone. Salute. I'm happy to have the community back together, folks. And in the live chats talking, it's a bit of fun. Todd saying Birch needs to go. Total trash. I don't know if we were watching different games, folks, but I wasn't that discouraged by Kem Birch in this game. Thought he was hustling, getting rebounds, got to the free throw line. Completely shook a guy on the 3-point line. I don't know. It's what's happening. But Ben needs a braid up. Needs a braid up. Get the braids going. I don't know what a braid up is, but that's hey. I'll try out any hairstyle. I tried to get Kawhi braids one night, but I don't know how to braid hair. It's tough. Did back in like grade 7, 8, but probably should have figured it out while I had long hair. But Scooby-Doo, I missed you. Missed you too, Scooby-Doo. Birch played good. Exactly. Birch is solid, but Nameless, I was thinking the exact same thing. What's a braid up, folks? What is a braid up? I need to know what that is. I need to get in the loop with the hairstyles. But Birch looked better than last year. Matt, that's what I'm saying. Kem Birch looked solid for us in the Tampa year. Last year, injuries. He was playing on a torn meniscus, we found out. That's why I broke down the most recent news video. But looked more mobile, looked ready to go, looked ready to play. I think that's what's happening. Okay, it's a braid up your hair. I've tried the braids, but it sounded like it was something crazy. I don't know. Reggie Bullock haircut. Okay. Like cornrows, because I've heard there's like different like braids. There's like dreads. I mix up those names. Got roasted for calling like Damari Carroll's hair like dreads versus braids versus cornrows. Obviously, I have very white hair, so I can't really braid it properly. I feel like I don't really know how it all works, so it's I'm out of the loop. I'm not up to date on all the cool hairstyles. But Ben with Jimmy Butler's new hairline. Should I get the the extensions out here? Keep the baby face going. Get the extensions going. I think that's my best look. I think that's what I need to get rocking. But we're getting the stuff rocking. I have native Marcel. I got that Mi'kmaq in here. We out here rocking. Saw the Raps in Victoria on Friday. Pascal's 3 looks tight. He was knocking down some threes this most recent season. Just to back off, to move from the hair. Do you guys like the fresh haircut though? You guys like a longer, shorter? I like hearing from the chat, seeing what people are saying. Apples with ketchup hits different. So good on my taste buds. That sounds tough. I'm not gonna lie. That like tough, and I'm not feeling that one. I'm not feeling that one. Yeah, it's a green man. Wish I could get a little beard going at some point. Motivation to cut the jawline and look fresh, but we out here. I gotta get my style tips from the Raptors Digest community. That's if I could grow a beard, that would be cool. But Rio McLovin, shout out Rio. What's happening? I haven't seen you in a while. But dreadlocks Ben, Rasta Ben, that's tough. But Ink and Fire. If Siakam wins MVP, I'll pay for you to get Jimmy's extensions. I'll do it. Siakam gets MVP. I'll get whatever hairstyle is on the go. I'll bust it out. I'll do the MVP push. Get the Jimmy Butler hairstyle. It's what's happening. But who will be the top seed in the West? MW dog. Like you feel like it's the Warriors after their championship season, but they might take a step back. They might chill. Without Jaren Jackson Jr., the Grizzlies might be tough. Marcel and I are going to do a tier list on Courtside Digest too. Definitely subscribe to Courtside Digest if you want the latest on all the NBA news. But plug that as well. But Grizzlies, the Clippers stay healthy. I think they're a sneaky team. I could see the Nuggets bouncing back, but if I made a take, safe bet's the Golden State Warriors. But I'm not betting right now. But Ben, get a face tat. I gotta get Marcel Martin's fire tattoo. The Raptors Digest ink on there, because that's legit. But man, it's let's see what's happening. Get a face tat. Red and black dreads, please. Hairline reveal, guys. My hair was like always kind of up like this. You guys saw my hairline all last year. It's just going for the more TikTok e-boy look these days, you know. It's what's happening. But Oliver saying coming in with a hot take, saying Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the Raptors this trade deadline. I don't know if the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think he knows what he's in for. He got a big extension from the Thunder. I give it one more season. I said in the video breaking down all the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander drama, I think it's going to be a year or two before we actually get to the juicy nitty gritty Oklahoma City Thunder trade talks. But it's what's happening. But shout out Rhea, legend in here. It's been a long minute. We got the chats back. We're excited to get things on the go again, get things rocking. But Ben got that Kelly Olynyk hairline. That's tough. Ben, young socialite Ben Simmons. So Scooby-Doo looking for the young socialite to be played. Haven't played this animation, but apparently he's coming back soon. Had all those interesting moments for the. Interesting interviews with JJ Redick, interesting quotes. Hasn't played in a while. Obviously, we were on the drama train with Ben Simmons last summer about him potentially getting traded here, but he's in Brooklyn now. Should be interesting to see how that goes. And Greenmill saying, is Shai really that good, though? He looked really good for Canada. I think Shai's really that good. I'm a big believer in Shai. I picked him up in fantasy. I think he's very, very nice. Very, very nice. You love to see that. And yeah, Ben Simmons is playing against Philly tomorrow. That should be fun. Is that in Philadelphia? Let me know that. I can't check that while I'm on stream. But Minoki, miss you too. Appreciate you. We back on the live streams. We keep doing the news videos, so definitely check those out. But it feel more engaged talking to the community. I'm trying to get better at responding to the comments, but I'm a busy dude. I'm trying my best to get all the stuff rocking. But Ben, you think I should trade LaMelo for Gobert and Cade in fantasy? Now that she's right. That's an interesting. I won the Raptors Digest Fantasy League, and all those details will be revealed before our next video for Raptors Digest Fantasy League. So don't stress about that, channel members and all that. We'll get all the details. The draft won't be happening for a little while, so no one's missed out on that just yet. I'm always a big trade up guy. Even though I don't think it's a bad deal, especially if you're in categories, get some blocks with Gobert. Cade's pretty solid. But LaMelo's one of the top guys in the NBA for fantasy. The Hornets are going to suck this year, so his stats are going to be ridiculous. I probably wouldn't do it, but it depends on your team makeup. If you need a center, bring that up. But Bridge, Goff, yes. Not sure what you're saying there, logical Raptors fan, but I feel some type of way about having your best player as a guard. Is the Raptors' best player a guard? Fred VanVleet. I think it's Pascal, Scotty Barnes. Fred's probably pushed to number 3 this season. We'll see how that goes. And where's your partner in crime? Riker. Don't worry, folks. Riker's safe. Riker's still with the channel. There's no it's not gone. He's just taking a breather, taking a break. Season's still around the corner. We got some fun stuff rocking. We got this stuff rocking. But do we do a Yahoo Fantasy League this year? Fantasy will be happening. News will be coming out. And it'll be for channel members. We want to really organize the channel members properly for get everything proper so you get all the perks, the features for the channel members this year. Got to get that organized. Plan on doing that tonight, actually. So I got some time after the stream. Riker's living on a farm. You love to see it. But Riker's with Jenny. That's tough. But not in Philly. That's unfortunate, Oliver. I wanted to see the young socialite return to Philly. But I saw that. How many push-ups can you do? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Push-ups are by far my best exercise. I can bust out like, max a couple weeks ago. Actually, I got like 119 in a row. I can bust them out. Those are my it's my like one exercise that I'm pretty nice with. But how far do you see Barnes' potential? Bobby Webster said it himself in an interview. I almost made a whole video on it, but I've been gassing up Scotty Barnes too much this summer. I like that we got some actual game content to react to, but Scotty Barnes is a guy that's going to be an MVP candidate one day. I know I get flamed. I see all the the comments, the Reddit posts, all that about us being homers here at the Raptors Digest. But you know what? We're all here for it. And it doesn't, it's not that often that we're way off the mark about some takes. Some are definitely off the mark, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But with Jenny, that's tough. How far do you see Barnes' potential? He's balling out. Raps love. Or Riker is leaving him there. No, Riker's we'll see. Riker, we got some fun stuff planned, but I appreciate the love, Raps love. But we tried to tell Barnes about your channel and his Twitch stream, but he didn't see it. Appreciate you guys showing the love for the channel. Means a lot. But gym stream, honestly, get that lifting going. I'm trying to get my jumper back. I've been in the hoop gym trying to get my 3-point stroke back rocking. Ever since I am not playing consistently these days, or I'm playing more practicing consistently, even though I'm in a bunch of men's leagues, right? You're not on provincial teams, you're not on club teams. You don't get the daily free gym time or gym time when you're signed up for a team, right? To get those reps up. Trying to force myself to get reps rather than just going for runs and lifting. Am I done with university? I am done with my undergrad. I will likely be going back soon. But I did a computer science degree. Gonna likely do something businessy oriented. Hopefully, maybe in Europe or something. So we'll see what ends up happening on my future front. But definitely not. Probably not. Definitely not done with the uni school at some point. Unless YouTube, just become full-time YouTuber, blow this thing up. Who needs school when you got 100K subs on YouTube? Let's be real. Rapslove hit 60 today. Shout out to 60. But that's good. 60 diamond push-ups elite. I'm not much of a diamond. I got like weird, kind of like, I don't know what they're called. Not the triceps, the thing behind the triceps. So I just bust those out. But my diamond ones definitely could not. Probably couldn't even get 60 diamond ones. I'm gonna keep it real, but throwback to Ben's hoop mixtapes is always plugging the hoop mixtapes on these podcasts, on these especially the final alarms, the 2 minutes. But Drake's Nevermind album took an L on that. Oof. Yeah, that's in. Thought that would be good. That's definitely one of the L's. But you go into the Euro Leagues, dog, man, sign me up. Honestly, if I go to a school in Europe, from what I've heard from my European friends I met in Montreal and stuff, they said I could definitely play on some most of the uni teams there. So apparently they're not as strong as the teams even in Canada and all that. Might try to get a squad out. We got the Warwick report in here. Do we? Yes. Say I missed the game. Who's your favorite player to watch today? And honestly, favorite player to watch, I just love Precious Achiuwa, especially he got some actual run out there. Koloko was fun to watch. Just the bigs today really had a show. But I'm throwing love at Kim Birch, crossing up some guys. But honestly, I was shocked by how smooth Josh Jackson's handles were. So, Josh Jackson, he's in the title. I'll say he's the best squad. But man, I'm not I work for a fintech company called Verifin, so not in Silicon Valley, even though I was in California chilling in SF there for a while. But gotta get coding. All these videos are edited through my script, so I actually can do it with my schedule. So that's automate the editing process so I have more fun on these streams chatting with you guys. But sipping espresso, eating gelato, love to see it. Sign Ben to the Raptors. That's it's the real goal. What school do I gotta go to? What major do I have to take to get drafted to the Raptors? That's what's happening. But do you listen to NBA Youngboy? Not really. When I was I'm aware of NBA Youngboy. I don't know, I'm not a high school, junior high. I was your classic suburban kid, loving some mean hip hop and stuff. But kind of chilled out a little bit. I like Anderson .Paak, some more soul music. Got weird into Indian stuff, but definitely not trashing on NBA YoungBoy. He's got some bangers. But people asking for an OnlyFans. We need 1,000 likes on a pod, and I think Riker and I said we'd start an OnlyFans, so that's what's happening. But Blue Week, what's free? What's happening? OnlyFans, free OnlyFans. You know, if I'm making an OnlyFans, guys, I'm sucking dry. It's gonna be a $30 a month fee or whatever is an expensive OnlyFans fee. This is the top notch content out here. You know, I'm just gonna be posting pics of push-ups and stuff. But my mom said if you study in Europe, you have to take her with you. Nameless. I thought I was gonna marry her. Obviously, she'd be coming, so it's the truth. What'd you expect if I'm going to Europe? But bro, be safe. Don't say where you work. Hey, I'm a software dev. It is what it is. But it's all on my LinkedIn. You can network with me on LinkedIn. We chillin'. But respectful taste. But why be better? Definitely. You know, I got an acquired music taste. I know that. So I appreciate everyone's music taste. Everyone's got a feel for it. But if some people in the chat might remember the A$AP Rocky concert we had on here once. Accidentally hit my play button and Raph started banging out. But on Earth is Angelina Jordan. Interesting. Those are classics. I'm feeling old. Hey, you love to see it. Love to see it. But you know, OnlyFans, people are calling it. Last time the Warriors won a chip, we picked up a player from their team, McCaw, then we won a chip. See us win a chip this year too? Yes. Heck yes. We are getting that chip. You know, Scotty Barnes out here is going to take that leap. We got Delano. We got all the youngins going to take those steps up. OG, Fred, Siakam still back. It's preseason. We just blew out a team in preseason by close to 40 points. 32 points to be exact. See if my CS degree math is coming in here. But you know, if we're beating the Utah Jazz by 30, we're doing the same to the Golden State Warriors in the finals. Don't stress it. But have you seen Attack on Titan? I have not. I've heard that's all right. I've heard that's I might be mistaken that with some movies. I've been out of the loop on my media coverage, TV shows, and all that. Summer's been crazy, so gonna try and jump back into everything. But Angelina Jordan, I don't know. I don't even know who Angelina Jordan is. So I'm gonna creep those guys. Give some music recommendations in the chat here. Now I'm kind of definitely running off the rails, running wild. No Raptors talk here at this point in the podcast, but we love to see it. Once in a lifetime voice from Norway. Interesting. I like it. And people aren't ready for my Roger that days to come back and break out my SoundCloud rap career that I busted out when I was 14 years old. People aren't ready for that at right now. But best singer on earth is D-Mash. I think it's Marcel Martin. That's my take. Marcel's going to be doing some live sing-alongs on Courtside Digest. You'll love to see that. But check her out. I'll definitely be checking her out. Fred was playing some solid D. You know that. You know Fred's out here clamping. He's looking healthy. That knee is ready to go. But wasn't she on a talent show? Giving some plugs to some music. But guys, we've gone a little bit crazy. We've gone a little bit too off the rails, I think, at this point. I think some of these preseason games might be a little bit follow the same path, follow the same pattern. But we shall see. I appreciate everyone that came back in the community, is in here in the chats. Also, gotta give some love to Marcel Martin for getting that Raptors Digest sleeve tattoo. Absolutely legendary stuff from the legend, the GOAT of the super chat himself, Marcel Martin. So check him and I out over on Courtside Digest because we've been busting out content pretty well daily. I think today's the first day we didn't get a vid out, but one of the videos yesterday went crazy, so we let that breathe a little bit. But on Courtside, covering all of the latest NBA news. So if you want to check that out, mean the world to us. Definitely subscribe to Raptors Digest. We're on that road to 26,000 subscribers. Tell your friends about the channel because we're covering everything all around on the Raptors and on Courtside NBA. Check out the Leafs Digest, the Jays Digest. Montreal Canadiens fans, I know we're Raptors channel, but that might be in the works as well. Got F1 Digest, we got all of it cooking. So it's what's happening. But I got marker on my arm. What do I got? I don't know. I'm a state here today, guys. So it's I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back with everyone. But I will tell my grandchildren about you one day. Appreciate you. Appreciate your grandchildren. I appreciate everyone here in the chat. Appreciate everyone that's gonna be watching later. So I'm gonna go take some naps, take some Z's. You guys the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.